Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup look. It is fall inspired, so you know I had to bring out them dark lips. I do have a wing liner going on. It's very simple, all about fall right now. Everyone's doing the dark lips, simple eyes, so that's what I did this time. If you do want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know what you would like to see next. It would really help me out. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye. So we're gonna do a start to finish look. I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize my skin since I have nothing on it. I just use the AVEENO moisturizer. You can use whatever you want, whatever works for your skin. While this sets, what I usually do is my eyebrows first. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia dipbrow pomade. It is in the color chocolate. So I always just start at the bottom of the brow and then just kind of shape it at the bottom and then go from there. And I always do small strokes, nothing too crazy at first. We're just trying to shape the brow. And then I always just go really light on the top. You don't want it to look too harsh. So just really light strokes. Trying to grab your brush, and for the beginning hairs, I usually just flick up. Just so it kind of looks like real hair, and just brush it out. I used to have really good brows, but the backstory on that is I had to go out of town. This happened like last year. I had to go out of town and my eyebrows were really hairy and I didn't have time to do them myself. I needed them to be professionally done. And so I went to the same place I always go to. And the lady is doing her thing and she's almost done, and then she starts like plucking them, and she's going crazy. And I'm kind of getting nervous because I'm like, they don't usually take this long to pluck them. And so she shows me the mirror and she's like, okay, here, you know, they're all done. What do you think? Literally, all my hair right here was gone. Like, all gone. It was all messed up. This one had no hair right here. This one looks good. And then the tail on this side was all messed up. So pissed off. So that's why I hate getting eyebrow waxes. I try to do them by myself for as long as I can. Why my eyebrows are the way they are now, because they've never grown back the same, ever. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use the NYX eyeshadow base in the color Skin Tone. I'm going to put it all over the lid on both eyes to prime them. This is going to ensure that your eyeshadow stays in place, lasts longer, and does not crease. I used to use the MAC Pro Longwear concealer to prime my eyes, but it just lately has been creasing on me like really bad, so I stopped using that one. Okay, we're gonna use the new Morphe 350 palette. I'm gonna set all of my eyeshadow primer, that way it's locked in and it will not crease. Just put it all over. In with the same brush in this color right here. This is just going to be our transition color. Nothing too bright, nothing too warm or cool. Just something that's going to be a nice start transition for our eyeshadow. So I want to keep it like really simple for the eyes, just because we're going to go in with a really dark lip. What is this? My Sigma blending E25 brush. And then I'm going to go in with just a little darker brown. I'm going to do this one right here. Go ahead and put that in the crease. And blend it out. I like to blend with my eye open, just because I can see everything. I tried closing my eyes, but it doesn't work. Grab this shadow right here, and then I'm gonna highlight underneath the brow. And if you always like put too much highlight, you can easily blend it out, so don't worry. So now we're just gonna go ahead and wing out some liner, and then we'll be done with the eyes. So I'm just gonna be using the NYX Matte liquid liner, and the tip is really, really thin. Wing it out. And then I'm going to go back and then drag it down. And then fill it in. If you're thinking about getting this one, or how it compares to the NYC liquid liner, honestly, only big difference is that the NYX tip is smaller. That's about it. And the NYC is still cheaper. I think the NYX one is like $11.99. Just gonna drag that line. For the eyes, now we're just gonna pop on some false lashes. I'm gonna be using these ones. These are the Glamour ones. The Glamour wispies. Put on my eyelashes. I'm gonna put on some mascara. You can use whatever one you have. Doesn't really matter because they're gonna be covered up anyway. Once you let your glue get a little tacky, you can go ahead and place the eyelashes on closest to the lash line as possible. Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the face. I'm gonna prime my skin. I'm gonna be using the Porefessional today. It's really good to minimize the appearance of your pores. I'm just gonna place that all in the T-zone. A little bit on my chin. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with my foundation. I'm going to be using the Real Technique sponge. The foundation that I'm currently obsessed with is the Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Foundation. Shade Cashew 3W2. If you guys haven't tried this foundation, you need to go buy it, because this is a really full coverage foundation. Some days I'll go to work and I'll have 12-hour shifts and my makeup like stays in place the whole time. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that. I'm gonna be using patting motions. And make sure your guys' sponge is wet. Make sure you go when you put it under the sink and dampen it up. That way it gets bigger and softer. And yes, my foundation is a little bit more yellow than my skin, but it does match my neck perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Maybelline concealer. This is in the shade 25 medium. Just something you can get at like Walmart, Ulta, any drugstore will have it. I like this concealer because it's not too heavy, but it's also not too light, so it does have good coverage. And underneath my eye, I can't have any type of concealer. It cannot be too heavy, or my skin will be like cake face. But this one does a really good job at covering and highlighting wherever you want, and it's affordable, so that's cool. My other beauty blender and use the Mercier translucent powder, and we're just gonna set our eyes as soon as possible. So I'm going to set my T-zone because I do have oily skin, and on my forehead. I'm going to take my bronzer now. This one is the Dark Tan Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. Gives a really pretty bronze color to warm up the face if you're around my shade. And this brush is actually a contour brush. It's by IT Cosmetics. Just recently came out and it's awesome. It's kind of a dupe for the Ita brush, but these bristles are really soft compared to those ones. They're really like jagged and they're really hard, but these ones are really soft. And it makes it really easy to blend too. So I'm going to put that on my forehead, around my temples. And go on the contours on both sides. And then I'm going to take some down my nose. I don't do too much, I just like a little something on the sides. And then just right at the tip. I'm going to bring some on my neck, right underneath it. For my blush, I'm going to be using the Clinique Cheek Pop in Fig Pop. It's the number 10. Take my Morphe E3 fluffy brush. I always want to do like so much blush and then like I get overboard and then I put too much. We can always blend it out, don't we? Okay. And then to set my whole face, I always use the L'Oreal True Match Mineral Gentle Powder. This is what it looks like. It's just this one here. To use it to set my whole face. This powder is from the drugstore. It's really cheap, it's affordable, and it really is like not too heavy. It's pretty lightweight, and it does keep my face pretty matte throughout the day. I'm going to be using the Morphe M501 brush. Looks like that. And just take a little bit. Like, you do not need a lot of this stuff at all. And then we're going to put it right at the top of the cheekbones. Cheekbone, that's funny. You guys see that? A little bit on and down the nose. We're going to be using the Palladio lip liner in Suede and the ColourPop lippie stick in the color Pitch. Go ahead and line my lips first. Like, look, I'm barely even putting pressure on there. These liners are really pigmented. Alrighty guys, that is the final look. Those lips, I'm telling you, it made the whole look. They're only $5.99 from ColourPop, or maybe even $5. They're really cheap. We use the shade Pitch, and it's a matte shade. During the day, you shouldn't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, this is the final look. Got the wing eyeliner going.